What are the ways that a God-realized master can help his disciples realize God?
What are the ways? The God realized master will meditate on the disciple, on the seeker, and bring forward his soul. This is one way. The other way, through constant outer concern and inner encouragement that you are doing the right thing. Or if you do something wrong, then he immediately point out this is something wrong you are doing. So it is through meditation, through his inner meditation and through his outer concern, he will be able to help. If you are doing something good, he will say that go on. There is no end toward achievement. If you do something wrong, then immediately he will prevent you from doing it again. And the most important thing a spiritual master does is he enters into the soul, into the inner being of the disciple and feeds the child, divine child, and then helps the seeker to bring to the fore all his divine qualities. And for that, the student also, the disciple also, must have implicit faith in the master. Otherwise, if he does not have enough faith, the master will bring down or bring to the fore divine qualities, but he won't be able to utilize them, the seeker.
What is God realization and how do we attain it?
How do we attain it? It is through prayer and meditation we attain it. And God realization is one's complete confidence in oneself. Now, here we have to know that if somebody says he is God realized, how will he prove it? He won't prove it by showing two big horns or something peculiar in his body. Only he will be able to prove that he has realized God to others by bringing down peace, light and bliss from above in infinite measure. When you see a spiritual master, physically he may look very odd, he may have all kinds of defects in his body, but you will try to see consciousness in him, try to feel consciousness in him. In his presence, if you feel that your consciousness is elevated, then he has realized some truth, some light, some peace from above, from the beyond. Now, God realization means one's conscious oneness with God, and in conscious oneness one feels complete satisfaction. Here, to come back to your question, if you say categorically what is God realization, I will say complete inner satisfaction is God realization. And then when it will be God manifestation, then I can say that complete satisfaction in the outer life as well. Now God realization will give satisfaction in the outer life, true. But when there are people with whom a spiritual master has to deal are imperfect, impure and so forth, there you cannot expect perfection. Whereas it is a matter of realization. If the master has realized God, then in his inner life he is perfect. In his outer life, if he has to become perfect, since he has accepted the members in his family, then it depends on the perfection of the disciples as well. So God realization is constant inner satisfaction, and God manifestation is also constant satisfaction in one's outer life.
Guru, could you tell us about Om? What happens when you chant?
When we chant Om, we enter into a higher realm of consciousness. Om is a Sanskrit word, syllable you can say. It embodies our Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, God in three aspects: God the creator, God the preserver, and God the transformer. Now, transformer we say, but there are many who are of the opinion that God the destroyer, not transformer. But our philosophy says God is all kind to us. How can he destroy? He can only transform the things that are undivine in us. He cannot destroy. He knows how bad we are. Why did he create us if he has to destroy us? God has some wisdom. He will not create something and just for the sake of fun, and then he will destroy it for the sake of fun. No, he does not destroy us, only he transforms us. Anything that is undivine in us, it transforms. God. So Om means Sanskrit mantra. It is the mother of all mantra. Mantra means incantation. If you chant Om most soulfully, you don't have to do anything to realize God. That is enough. Because God in three aspects you are invoking.
Would you chant for us, Guru? What happens when inside you when you do that?
When I do that, I feel inside my heart immediately the presence of the cosmic gods and the Supreme. When you chant, we feel that we are feeding our nearest and dearest ones. They are hungry and we have to feed them. This is the experience I get, and again I get sometimes other experience that I am hungry and they are feeding us. Sometimes they are hungry, at that time I feed them. Sometimes I am hungry, they come and they feed me. It is all. We have to nourish each other, one another. When I am hungry, you have to come and feed me. When you are hungry, I am feeding. I have to feed you.
Why are your eyes half closed so often?
My eyes I keep half closed because I feel that this is the effective way that I can have full control over the physical world and also the spiritual world. If I keep like this way, at that time my eyes are very strained and only I see what is happening in this world, and nothing in the inner world. But if I keep it like this, I am communicating with my inner beings, and at the same time I am seeing the outer beings, human beings who are in front of me. So I am killing two birds with one stone. In the inner world, I am getting the wealth from the inner world and distributing it to the outer world.
Guru, when you enter into a trance and go into samadhi, what does it actually feel like? Do you see God there, or do you feel certain kinds of experiences?
At that time, I see God, I commune with God, and a sense of separativity goes away. There, the lover and the beloved become totally one. I enjoy infinite peace, light, and bliss. That time, we do not see God as something to be achieved or something foreign to us. His whole consciousness inundates us to such an extent we don't feel that God is somebody else. At that time we feel that we have become totally one with God, and He and we are absolutely one. So when I go into the samadhi, I enjoy infinite peace and joy and love in the inner world.
Guru, how would you describe the people who have become your disciples?
I will describe them as my own spiritual children, and my love for them is boundless and infinite. But I will not say that my children are by far superior to others. In the ordinary family, parents will always extol their children to the skies. They will say, my children, oh, they are all divine, they are all absolutely divine, supreme, they are all realized, absolutely. They are perfection. But in my case, I will say, no, my children have imperfection, they have limitations. but they are trying. As others, also spiritual masters have their spiritual children, they are teaching their spiritual children in a way I am teaching my children in my own way. But when it is a matter of comparison, I will not say that our children are superior to others. Only will say that our children are eating the food that I have in my refrigerator. They like my food, so I am giving them this food. And others do not like my food, therefore they go to other masters and they eat there. So if you ask me how I compare them with others, I will say here there is no comparison, only I teach them what they should do. I always tell my children not to make any comparison. You like me, you love me, and I love you. That is enough. It is our mutual love that has compelled us to stay together in the same boat. Otherwise, they would go to some other boat if they feel that they have no love for me and I have no love for them. If they feel, naturally, they will go to other masters. To come back to your question, it is the love aspect of our inner life that has made me very close to you all, and it is also your love for me that has made very close to, has made you so close to me. Our path is the path of love. We feel that love is the greatest knowledge, greatest wisdom, greatest discovery and treasure. So it is our love that has made us one, not bound us one. Real love does not bind, real love only makes us one, complete, whole. So we are offering divine love. This love is the love of oneness, and when this oneness can be manifested totally, the universal heart becomes our. Right now we have a limited heart, very limited, but when you are one with me, he is one with me, she is one with me, then we become universal. So when we have the universal consciousness at our disposal, we feel that we are perfect.